In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to do single leg hip abduction. So firstly, before I even get into the exercise, what does abduction mean and what are we actually working? So we're working the glute medius muscle, which is our main hip abductor. And to abduct the hip simply means to bring the hip away from the midline of our body. So I've got my feet together here. If I do this, I'm bringing my hip away from my midline of the body. When you do your repetitions, a lot of people will cheat during this. So when you're doing a standing version and you're not doing this on the floor, it's easy to start using side flexion of the trunk to give the illusion that you're doing better repetitions. Especially when we put a resistance band on, people tend to start doing this, when actually we're losing out on hip abduction because we're using side flexion. So what you can do is you can use something like a wall. You can put your hand straight on the wall, lock out your elbow, and from here, keep your feet pointing forwards, lock out the knees, so no knee bend on this one. Keep the foot looking forwards as you come out and back in. Now, if you start using side flexion, you'll notice immediately because your elbow will start bending and you'll go from that nice straight extended position like so to this. When you get really good at that, we can start progressing by using resistance bands. So of course, these come in all different types of resistances, so you can pick one that's appropriate for the hip abduction strength that you've got. You can put this around the ankles for the harder version, and you can put it just above the knees or just below the knees for the easier version. So if I show you the harder version, I'm going to step into the band. If you're somebody that struggles with balance, make sure you do that seated. From here, I'm going to come into my position. And what I can do is exactly the same, but now I've got that added bit of resistance when I'm doing the exercise. So that's how you do hip abduction. That's how you start training up your glute medius. And of course, you'd repeat that for your desired amount of sets and repetitions.